What's up, you guys? Welcome back to another video. If you guys remember, a couple episodes back, I actually took the open diff out of the 350Z and I put the stock VLSD in it. So today we're gonna be welding the differential and I'm gonna be showing Christine how to do it, and we're gonna bring you guys along. All right, so let's get on with it. Alright guys, so to start this off, we're just gonna go ahead and drain the fluid, and to do that, we're just gonna go ahead and take off the diff cover instead of going ahead and taking off the drain bolt, which is right here. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and take off the diff cover. It's a bunch of 14 millimeters, I believe there's 8 of them. We're gonna drain the fluid and then clean off the diff and get it ready to be welded. So Christine's gonna go ahead and take the impact and take those 8 bolts off. So this is how we're gonna take off the cover. So now we're gonna pull off the cover. It's a little hard, so we're just gonna use some force. There we go. All right, now we just lift it. Yeah. So the first thing you're gonna notice is that diff oil smells really bad. So try not to get it all over everything. Okay, so we're gonna tip it over. One second. Yeah. So to clean the diff, or like get a bunch of the diff fluid out, I'm just gonna go ahead and spray some brake cleaner into here to get a majority of it out. Okay, look away. Alright, so right now we're gonna go ahead and pull the diff out of the casing so I can show you guys a better look on what we're gonna do. Okay guys, so we're gonna go ahead and pop the axle shafts off the sides of the differential, and to do that we're pretty much just gonna go ahead and take your hammer and then you just pretty much pull it out just like this. Now I would recommend that you remember what side goes to what, so when you put it back it goes to the same side. So this is going to be the passenger side, so I'm just going to go ahead and mark that as passenger side, and I put an actual P on here too so I know that it goes on the passenger side. So to give you guys a better view, what you want to do is you just take your hammer and you start pounding out the axle shaft outwards, and then eventually the axle will pop out. Just like that. So now I'm gonna go ahead and mark this. Now you want to do the same thing with these bolts here. This bracket that holds the actual diff into the casing. Check it out. Take it off, you just wiggle it back and forth and it'll pop up. Place it on the side. Got it?
Oh, thank you.
So I'm gonna show you guys how to take the diff out of the casing. Be careful because there's actually shims and bearings That's what the bracket was holding in place right here. So these are shims and bearings. Alright guys, so to take the diff out of the casing, you're just gonna take your breaker bar and wedge it under the diff. Get it steady and kind of just like this. There. Now if you can see, when you take the diff out, you can see the bearing covers and the shims are gonna pop off like this. So you're gonna wanna make sure you remember what side goes where. Alright guys, so to make it simple, all you're gonna do is weld these gears to the casing, as well as weld the gears together in the corners on both sides. So on the top and then on the bottom, if you flip it upside down, there's gonna be an opening just like this. And you're gonna do the exact same thing. So weld them to the casing and weld the gears together in the corners. So we're gonna go ahead and do that now. I'm gonna let Christine get a little practice on the welder. So we'll see how this goes. Whenever you're ready.
Okay. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Does it look ugly?
It doesn't matter what it looks like. It just needs to be really good, better, good.
Better than that?
No, like I just need it to be solid. As long as it's solid, it doesn't matter what it looks like.
Okay, go.
No, you need to video this.
Yeah, I am. And you don't even look like your face is doing anything.
When?
Right now.
You need to video the diff.
Oh.
Alright guys, so this is pretty much what the diff is supposed to look like when it's done. Obviously my welds aren't the best because I'm not the best welder. But it's strong, I know, because I've done this multiple times on different cars. So just make sure you're welding your gears to the casing on all four corners, and then weld them the same on the opposite side, just like I did here. You do not have to weld a plate in like most places do, but as long as you weld the gears to the casing, you should be good. So we're gonna go ahead and reinstall this diff back into the case itself.
Watch out your fingers. So now that we have the diff back in the casing, I'm just gonna go ahead and put in some diff fluid. So it needs about 2 quarts. So I'm just gonna kind of eyeball it. I'm just gonna put a little bit less than 2 then. So before I put new RTV on, I'm just gonna go ahead and scrape all the old RTV off with the razor blade and then just clean everything up using brake cleaner.
Yeah, you're gonna be here for a long time if that's the way you're freaking doing it.
What do you mean?
All you have to do is scrape the edges. It's not. You're making it a lot harder than it has to be.
Inside, you see where this hole is? Inside here? So the RTV that we're going to be using is this gray gasket maker. It's all we have right now, but it should work fine and should give it a good seal. So I'm just going to go ahead and apply it to the casing and then throw the cover on. Alright guys, so this is what the RTV looks like when it's all laid down. So I'm just going to go ahead and put the cover back on. So...
Lay it down nicely and don't smear it.
Okay. Alright guys, so that's it. I just have to torque the bolts down to spec and then the diff is ready to get thrown back into the car. We're gonna go ahead and do that soon, so stay tuned for that video, but this is it for now. So I hope that you guys enjoyed it. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't already, and we'll see you guys again soon. Bye!